Okay, so today we'll start a few questions of case based on planning chapter. But before that, I would like to thank my YouTube family, all my students who've made me uh, start my Infinite 50 journey. So we'll start with the questions without any further ado. But before that, I would like to remind you, don't forget to smash that subscribe button because your subscription is making me motivated, it's keeping me motivated, and hit that thumbs up button if you think that this video has helped you to know better and study with me. So let us go to the first question without further ado. Uttam Ayurvedic Limited is an Indian company. It manufactures organic products to the consumer. The company has increased 40% of the share in the current it is planning to increase 40% of the share in the financial year. But what has happened? The market is expanding of organic products. Now other companies also they have started producing these organic components products. So what has happened? Since the competition has increased in the market, the sales of Uttam Ayurvedic Limited it is coming down, and because of this the market share is also not doing so great. It has reduced to 23 percentage. What are we expected to do? We are expected to identify the limitation of planning, which has been highlighted in this case. So, what are the options given? Planning may not work in dynamic environment. It is time consuming. It involves huge cost. It reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. If you see, the marketing environment is changing. The competition is increasing. So, how is the environment now? It is dynamic. Okay, since it is changing, it is a dynamic environment. So the answer here is very clear. Planning may not work in a dynamic environment because the market share has been adversely affected because of the increase in competition. Share is decreasing, competition is increasing, the marketing environment is changing. So it may not work in dynamic environment. So many of the times what we anticipate might not work. That is what this tells. Let's go to the second question. The step in the process of planning, which is concerned with putting the plan into action and doing what is required, is called implementing the plan, follow up action, developing premises, or selecting an alternative. Putting the plan into action and doing what is required. So we have already done the planning. Now we are going to do it. So what is that called as? It is called as implementing the plan, putting the plan into action. Do it. Yes. So you are going to implement the plan. Go to the third question. Planning is an intellectual activity. We know it very well. It is something connected with cognitive skills. So, planning is an intellectual activity of thinking rather than doing. Which feature of planning is highlighted in this statement? So, since we are telling it is an intellectual activity, let's see the options first. It focuses on achieving objective. It is futuristic. It involves decision making. It is a mental exercise. So the answer is very simple. It is an intellectual activity of thinking rather than doing. So intellectual thinking. It comes with cognitive. Cognitive is connected with mind. So planning is a mental exercise. Okay, intellectual is thinking. We think with our brain, with our mind. So it is a mental exercise. Sudha and Shweta were twin sisters. After completing their education from college, they decided to start a business. As they were commerce students, they knew the importance of deciding in advance, just like you. Yes, what to do and how to do. It was very challenging for them as this decision was to guide all their future actions. While discussing the same with their mother, they got a new idea. Wow, what idea did they start? They got an idea of starting a cloud kitchen. Both the sisters were very excited to start this. The idea took the shape of a concrete plan within a month because planning it is an intellectual activity. They were successful in starting their kitchen, identified the point of importance of planning, which has been highlighted in the above case. Planning, it reduces the risk of uncertainty, it promotes innovative ideas, it establishes standard of control. So what is the answer here? It reduces the risk of uncertainty. How do we know that? Sudha and Shweta, both of them, they had a decision that was done in before. So they had a decision to plan in advance and to develop a plan for their business. So this will reduce the uncertainty. If anything is uncertain, you will come to know when you're doing the planning process itself. So by outlining what to do and how to do, they were able to navigate the challenges more effectively and increase the likelihood of success. So what does it tell? It tells that planning, it reduces the risk of uncertainty. We'll move to the next question. Ritu Kapoor has set up a bakery, bakes and cakes in Pune. She receives online orders from within the city and supplies them on the same day. She sets a target that she would earn a revenue of 5 lakh in the first year. She informed her employees about the target, so employees are well informed, and they asked them to contribute their ideas. Very good. So she wants even innovative ideas from the employees because she wants to achieve the target. But Kapoor has performed the first step in the process of one of the functions. So, which is the process that she has performed using the functions of management? Is it identifying the alternative course of action? Is it setting objectives? Is it developing premises or follow up the action? So, it is Ritu Kapoor has already started with an objective. So she has an objective that she has to increase the revenue to 5 lakh in the first year, and this is well communicated to the employees. So objective is being communicated to employees. The next step in the planning process is to identify alternative goals of action that could help in achieving the objective. So, since we have to find the alternative goals of action, what it will help us to do? It will allow brainstorming and consider what are the different strategies or methods that could be employed to reach this target. So, what is the option here? It is identifying the alternative goals of action. So, this question has come in the CBSE board paper of 2024 March. So, just see what is the question. Vishesh Construction, a construction company, decided to start and implement a no helmet, no entry, and put a following sign at their construction site. So the picture that they have put in the construction is the site of a worker, and they have to put the helmet. If not, they do not have any entry in the construction site. This is mostly connected to the safety. What will check it? Policy, rule, method, or program. So it is something that is connected to the safety policy. It tells that if you do not wear a helmet, you do not have a entry. So it is very strict that if you are not wearing it, you don't have an entry. So no one is being just left over from this. So it is B. We move to the next question. It is setting objective for a given time period, identifying various alternative course of action to achieve them, and then selecting the best possible alternative from among the various alternative course of action available. You have to identify the function of management referred here and tell any 5 points with that talks about the importance of the functions of management. It is setting objectives for a given time period and then identify the course of action, select the best possible, and then do the action. So, the function of management referred here is planning. The first, the 5 points of importance of planning management function are: first, you have to set an objective, then, you have to allocate resources, do reduce the uncertainties because you are planning in before self, so you are anticipating the future. Then you will coordinate the activities and you will take the decision. So the first one is goal setting or setting up the objective. What are you doing in this? You are trying to set a clear objective well in advance. What is the main purpose of doing it? Allocate the resources, whether it is human resource, finance, or materials. Then reduce the uncertainty because you know what can happen.